Welcome everybody to another episode of the Nobody Fucking Ass Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Zaga.
What's going on? It's Colin.
And this week, guys, just like last week, we have a special guest. You guys probably seen him on TikTok. He's pretty much ridiculously viral, and I don't know why he's here. He goes by Jack, but you probably know him as Uncle Copper. What's going on, Jack?
What's going on, big boss? How you doing?
Pretty well, brother. Thank you so much for coming on to the show. I mean, obviously we see 1,000,001 TikToks. You're doing a bunch of stuff here. But it's gonna be nice for the people to get to know who's behind or who's under the hat. It's a good one, right? I like that. I like that.
Well, yeah, who's under the hat? A too long haircut that I'm probably gonna get fixed tomorrow.
See, I don't have that problem because I'm a bald bitch.
Yeah, right.
Shave that shit.
So it's funny. So probably one of the most, because everybody has like them old pictures of themselves they don't want anybody to see. My basic training photos of me with a shaved head is one of the most like, oh my God, don't show this to nobody. Because especially with my ears being as big as they is, it's not a good look. It's not a good look.
So I'm gonna make a bet with you. If one of our TikToks from this episode tonight goes viral, I'm gonna say over 1 million views. Over 1 million views, you got to share the picture. Is that fair?
Oh gosh, okay. You know what? That's not as bad. I thought you were gonna be like, you got to shave your head. I was gonna be like, I'm gonna pass on that one, big balls. But yeah, I will show. if this hits 1 million views or something like that, I will show the basic training picture of my Dumbo-eared, freaking bald-headed.
Oh yeah, we're thirst trapping the hell out of that.
And all I'm saying is we have 17 followers currently on TikTok because we only have one TikTok posted. So the odds of that happening is slim to none. So that picture's probably safe.
we got 17 off that one.
Now, hold on now. You didn't give a time frame. So like a year from now, if all of a sudden people are like, oh my God, bitch, did you see this shit? And it all of a sudden blows up, then you didn't give a time frame.
Well, in that year, then we're going to have to do a follow-up episode where you come back on the show.
We get a solid year.
Sure.
Gives you time to find the picture.
You know what? I'll have your people call my people. We'll work out the details. We'll let the lawyers do their thing.
We're the people.
Perfect. We're the people. Shit. We are the people.
We are the people. That's it.
It's like, can I speak to your manager? Sure. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Hi. How you doing?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do my little spin around in my chair just to make sure people know.
Yeah, we'll spin around.
So, let's start this interview off because we got some good questions for you. And if anybody who listened to the episode last week, you guys know what's coming. I don't think Jack here has any clue, but let's start off something simple. How the hell did you go viral?
Yeah, what was the video you put out that you were just like, oh fuck?
Yeah, I would like to know that too, to be 100% honest with you. So I think the first one that hit 1 million was the whole like Halloween. Now that I'm in my 30s, and it was all me talking about how, when I was younger, and I would see like, girls walking around on Halloween and it's freaking cold, and they'd be in like tight, skimpy outfits or whatever. I'd always be gentlemanly about it, but I'd kind of be like, oh yeah, she looks pretty good in that. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, honey, are you cold? There's no way you're not cold. Like, sweetheart, put on some pants, please. And that blew up ridiculously. And a lot of it was like, put on some pants, ma'am, put on some pants, please. You look good. You look good. It's cold outside. Like, I almost turned into
it's true, like, bro. It's so true.
Mentality.
Dude,
that's like the know what you're missing? A pair of fucking pants.
Yeah, a pair of fucking pants.
Dude, and honestly, that's straight up because like a few years ago, and I think I was like 30 years old. I think I was just 30. One of my best friends got married, and we went out to the bachelor party and went to a strip club. And this is how I knew I was like old, man, because like the girl that was dancing there, I'm not sitting there thinking like, oh, like damn, she's bad. Let me see them things shake. I'm like, girl, like, do you really have to do this? You seem like a nice girl.
Yeah.
Like, where's your dad?
You've got a future, girl.
I will tell you right now, when I used to do private security for strippers,
now we're getting to the juice. Right off.
I was gonna wait. Hold on. You did private security for strippers.
It was like an under the table thing. It was for a short period of time, but the girls that I worked with, like, it's funny because the two stereotypes that a lot of people have about a lot of dancing girls. I've seen them both be very much true. I've seen either the somewhat promiscuous, could do something better, but this is easier, or the single mom who's trying to get herself through college and she doesn't come from a great family situation, this and this. But honestly, some of the sweetest women I've ever met in my life, just complete sweethearts. And the people that I worked with, you know, it was a bunch of dudes who, some of us had military experience, some of us didn't, but it was this very like protective kind of family environment. So I know some of what they go through. So I never go to strip clubs. I don't go to strip clubs. But the few times I have been, I will never forget one of my buddies. This was maybe, yeah, it was right before COVID. It's about 3 some years ago. And my buddy's paid for a lap dance. And she comes over and they're like, you know, your friends over there, this and this. And I was like, honey, when was the last time you like sat down? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, when was the last time that you sat down? She's like, I've been on my feet for a little while, and I was patted the seat next to me. And I was like, well, why don't you sit down for a minute? She's like, are you serious? I'm like, yes, ma'am. You look tired. Why don't you sit down for a minute? And I remember she looked at me, she goes, are you gay? Because I can sit. And I'm like, no, sweetheart, I'm not gay. I appreciate you, but no, I just know that you're tired. Do you want to sit down?
I'm just trying to be nice, bitch. Now, if you don't like that, go fucking dance.
Nice. I'm just trying to be nice. And, but yeah, I mean, honestly, that's why a lot of the gay rumors throughout my life have always been a thing, because it's just like, there's no way you're this nice. There's no way that you're this nice. It's like you and Emma Mama.
See, I had like straight up
the stigma.
I've had the opposite. So like, I just take good care of my skin, and I always have like a clean beard and like shit like that. So that's why I was gay. But I was just a really bad person, a woman, for a very long time. I had my
nose pierced. I think that's why he who shall not be named thought I was gay.
So this actually brings up a video that someone just sent me. It was this dude who was like, he was talking about the whole stereotype. If you wear shorts that don't go past kneecaps, you're gay. And I'm like, well, damn, then I guess a lot of us in the military are gay, because those PT shorts that they have us wear like go.
Dude,
like,
it's so much freedom.
All right, so yeah, I just started wearing those.
Dude.
It's game changer.
Dude, the breeze you get right to the balls. It's life changing.
Yep. And I generally don't wear shorts because I got like, it's weird because like from here up, like, all right, but like from maybe like half calf down, like I got werewolf legs, man. Like,
interesting. Which leads me
I was born like hairless. I'm like fucking Rufus, the naked mole rat.
Oh no, I'm a hairy fuck. I gotta shave like every 6 hours, or I'm gonna have like I got lined up at like 4 o'clock and I got stubble already. It's annoying, bro.
Yeah, it must be nice.
My face will grow in kind of quick, but like obviously because of the army, I can't do the whole beard thing. Yeah. It's weird though. The one time I did do the whole beard thing, we had just come back from deployment and we had like 3 months where we didn't have to report in. So I tried doing the whole beard thing, but it's weird because like from here to here all comes in like the rest of my hair. And then like right here comes in red for no reason.
Bro, that's normal.
Like right here.
Same.
That's normal. That's normal.
Same thing.
Too?
Well, I get
my eyebrows go blonde to red to black.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I just get red and blonde hairs in my beard, and I got this one white strip here. That's my old patch.
Gotcha. You gotta work that silver fox angle, man.
I never noticed that.
What, my gray patch? My gray patch?
Yeah, you're old, man.
Yeah. So there's a rumor I heard.
Why are you so stressed on the right side of your face?
Well, no, I heard the rumor, the reason, like there's like a thing that's going on. It's like the reason why like you get like that white patch in your beard is because you eat a lot of vagina, and like I've dabbled in that a lot. So like, you know,
can we phone a friend on this to confirm?
I don't know. There was a video I found it on the internet, and I was just like, okay.
Would you like to use a lifeline?
Yeah, can we use the lifeline? Phone a friend. No, he did not.
Okay. Now, since you've gone viral, I mean, like, I have to ask because obviously we're not even close to that. We're only pulling about 30 listeners if we're lucky.
No,
so,
we're
like,
barely a cult right now.
Yeah, we're barely anything. But like, are you happy? Are you overwhelmed? Are you like nervous about it?
I would definitely say overwhelmed, and I wouldn't say in a bad way. I don't talk about it much because, believe it or not, I don't like to talk about myself much.
Well, yeah, because most content creators, we're not going to talk about the shit we do behind the scenes and the shit we go through.
You're probably the first modest like content creator I've ever seen.
Well,
every other person is just like, you know.
Yeah. And I totally, it's weird because like I get it and I get both sides of it. And the reason I say that is because, I've always been a blue collar boy. I've like, even now doing the whole TikTok thing, like full time and all that, between TikTok, Patreon, trying to start up Discord, this and this and that. Like, my mother is pretty much my manager. And then, she's kind of reminding me like, well, honey, you are the product. And I'm like, all right, I understand that. But to me, that's such a weird foreign concept because I've always been a blue collar boy. Like, what needs to be picked up, what needs to be sold, what needs to be this, what needs to be that. Like, I've done everything from be private security details for former prime ministers to, working in hazmat underground, like hip deep in muck and everything in between. And I've been happy. So now being in this world where it's like, no, dude, people actually want to hear you talk. And it's not that I don't have my group of friends that I'm used to that too. Like, and I've always been that person who I can generally walk in a room. I'll make friends with somebody.
Yep, I'm that way too. Love it.
But for the longest time, it was very much like, hey, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, no one cares. No one likes you. And
Been told. Colin's definitely been told that time and time again.
What?
Yeah, nobody likes you. Shut up.
I'm the pretty one in this show.
Yeah, but I'm the one that tells you to just shut up.
This is true. He does do that all the time.
Fair enough.
Well,
but I completely understand where you're coming from with that, though. Because you walk in a room and you're like,
it's kind of a thing where, like, I'm very happy for it, and I tell people all the time, like, I'm blessed with the amount of people who support me and get a kick out of me and this and this and that. And for
a
me,
stellar voice, bro. Like it's a stellar fucking voice. Like, listen, we have to do a lot of post editing. So people at home listening right now or watching us on YouTube or whatever, these are not our real voices. We fucking tweak this shit a million and one ways.
No, this is my real voice.
No, Colin actually sounds.
This is what I sound like.
No, he sounds terrible most of the time in real life. That's why
I have a very calming voice.
This is why he's not a bartender anymore, because people didn't want to listen to him.
No, it's because it didn't pay.
Yeah, okay.
And because I made enemies.
So Colin, I'll give you this bit that might be somewhat comforting.
Okay.
You don't sound too far from Ryan Reynolds, and people love Ryan Reynolds' voice.
Oh my God.
Like, Ryan Reynolds doesn't have that whole, like, they will open doors and turn. Like,
yes.
He walks. It's funny because I always joke that, like, certain people have Ryan Reynolds energy, where they're always smiley, but they can say whatever the hell they want. Where they walk in, they're like, "Hey, Bubba, how you doing? So here's what's going to happen. This and this is going to happen. And if any of you fuck knuckles have anything to say about it, then someone can get their head bashed in. Okay? All right, guys, thanks." And they just walk out and everyone's like, what just happened?
Why am I scared and turned on at the same time?
Yeah, right.
See, that's my new personality. Thank you.
Ryan Reynolds energy.
Ryan Reynolds. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going for the
suck it, Tony.
I'm going for the I'm the asshole of every situation kind of vibe. That's where I'm going.
You nail it every time.
Yes.
Well, I mean, not for nothing, but you need both. I'll tell you right now, you need both.
Like, it's funny because when I first started podcasting, my old co-host used to be the asshole. He was the asshole all the time. Now that I work with Colin and I realize what it's like to work with an inferior human being, it makes
it. I told you it was going to happen. I told you. I warned you.
He's a racist. I don't know what to tell you.
Now I know why you shave your head, Bubba. You'd have a receding hairline with how much your head's going to blow up with that ego, man.
We want to talk about receding hairlines, Colin?
I got the Vegeta hairline, all right? But guess what? He said I sound like Ryan Reynolds, so.
The best part is I have, like, the best hairline out of all my friends all the time. But yet
he shaved his head, and he still has a better hairline than I do. Like, fuck off.
It's true. Okay, let's keep the interview going here, man. It's crazy because I keep pulling up your TikTok, and every time I look at it, your likes just keep going up and up and up. This morning I checked, it was 32 million. Halfway through the day it was at 33 million. You just cracked 34.1 million right now. So that's that's impressive, man. Congratulations.
I'm glad we could break the news to you.
Yeah. He's like, oh, that's it.
That's the funny thing. Like, I don't really go on there. Like, I don't really check the numbers all that much. And it was funny because when things started blowing up, I did kind of worry about the numbers, but for me, it wasn't so much of like, hey, do people like me? It was more of the more and more people I had come to me that were like, hey, you really make me smile when I don't want it. Or, I mean, I had this one young lady at the airport who, we're not doing that today. Anyway, so I had this one young lady at the airport who recognized me, and she came up to me, and all of a sudden she starts getting like teary eyed. I'm like, sweetheart, are you okay? And she's like, well, I love your videos, this and this and that. You pulled a friend of mine essentially like off the edge just by making her laugh, making her smile, some of the encouraging things you say. She starts crying. I start crying. The bartender starts crying. It was,
Dude, that's got to be
but
so
so
fucking humbling, though, man. To know
Yeah,
that
that's
you're
got to be like the best experience you could
oh,
ever
dude,
come up with.
you can ask Mama Copper. I literally called my mom and I was like, Mama, this young lady said her friend
so
said, and
like,
she's like, okay, honey, this is a good thing. I'm like, I know it's a good thing, man. It's happy tears. She goes, okay, you're okay, honey. It's all right.
dude, that's
But
crazy. Because like, I think
yeah.
about shit like this, and it's like, not only do I never expect to get that kind of conversation ever to happen to us, because we're idiots. Like we get stoned and drunk and we just talk on our show, and that's what we
Hey,
hope for the
you'd be
best.
surprised, man. You'd be
But
surprised because, like,
yeah,
so
no,
like to get back to the
it's
whole
gotta be
numbers
crazy.
thing of like why I worried about it. For me, it was like I'm not reaching enough. I'm not reaching enough. I need to make sure the numbers go up because there's people that I help. What am I doing wrong? This and this and this. And there was a friend of mine who was like, "All right, stop." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Do you do this for popularity?" I'm like, "No. Well, number one, it's a creative outlet for me, and number two, I know it helps people." She goes, "Okay, your things are going to reach who they need to reach. If it blows up, cool. If only 2,000 people or whatever see those things or see that thing, someone and probably several someones in that 2,000 needed to see that day. So stop worrying about the numbers. Just worry about being genuinely you. Because, and I've even talked with other people and they're like, that's why people keep coming back because I don't follow trends. I don't do the whole, oh, well, what's popular now? Now I got to do that. I'm just me, and that longevity kind of helps with that. And don't get me wrong, I try to do different things and I try to switch things up. But for me, it's not a like, oh, what do I have to do now? What's popular now? It's like, well, I'm not a product of my environment. I make my environment a product of me. So that I want to say genuosity. It's not genuosity, genuineness that I try to put off. That's more my concern. So as far as the numbers, like when you were like, oh, you have this many likes, I'm like, oh, wait, really? Because I don't really go in and like check the numbers. Like I didn't even know I hit 1.9 million until someone brought it up to me. I was like, oh no shit. And then I looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, would you look at that there? And
I feel like that's
goddamn.
the best way to look at it.
yeah,
Yes,
You know, 'cause you're not worried about what people are, looking at. You know that they genuinely enjoy you for you.
Yeah, see, I've worked in sales for so long, I have no idea who the fuck I am.
dude, I hear that, man. I hear that. I mean,
Because
like I said, I've done every job. I've done everything from private security, retail, hazmat, landscaping. I've just done everything. And even working in like retail, like it to a certain degree, I get it because you have like all these people breathing down your neck. And at the same time, like I never took shit from nobody because I was like, listen, the reason why these people keep coming back and asking for me is because I don't give them BS. But then it's hard because then at the same time, you also have to worry about your bottom line because that's the way that you make your money and put food on the table. So it is
exactly.
weird where you kind of have to be these two people at
Dude,
once kind of thing.
Dude,
I
that's a
get it.
daily struggle because like at work,
Oh
you
yeah.
gotta morph. Like I'm a sales manager, right? So if I go talk to a customer, I gotta morph into this person they're gonna like because I'm trying to sell you something. But that's honestly why I got into like video game streaming and podcasting and all this stuff because I can be I can be 100% me, an asshole, especially to Colin. And it's really
Mhm.
it's
Like mainly to Colin.
mainly to I pretty much all my aggression. Like some guys in history and in the world are terrible human beings, and they take that anger out on their wives.
Not
Me?
Tony though. Not Tony.
No, I take it out on Colin. He's my work wife.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, hold on, not for nothing, but Tony, as someone who knows your wife, I know damn well why you don't take your anger. Well, number one, I know you don't take your anger out on your wife because you're not a dick.
Because she
No,
will
no,
fuck
no.
you up.
That's because your wife
yeah.
will jack your ass up.
Yo, like it's so funny
Word.
because when I first started talking to my wife, and my friends would be like, "Oh, you're trying to dip on her after that." I'm like, "This woman is trained to kill. I ain't trying to mess with this. I'm gonna die." I've dated
Yeah.
I've dated Hispanic women, and I've come close to death before with the Spanish woman, but my wife now, she'll kill me.
Yeah. First time I met Ellie, I said like 3 words, and I saw like her head snap, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna not talk the rest of the night.
Well, you set yourself up for bad situations, as we've seen on the show.
I do not.
That
is false.
Like even, and I've known Ellie for years, and like we've been in contact like off and on for years. But it's funny because when people like ask like, "Oh, who's Ellie?" I described her as one of the sweetest little ladies I've ever met in my life, who I would gladly take with me to come because I know she would just kill everything.
Yeah, she's a savage. That's why.
Oh
like,
yeah, she very much is.
Fun fact about like the way my wife and I met. I don't think I've ever told the people at home listening. I met my wife.
I know.
I didn't tell you this. Yeah, we met on Tinder.
No,
we were supposed to be one night stands.
I might know that. I might know that.
We were literally supposed to be one night stands on Tinder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were supposed to be one night stands with each other, and like I was supposed to fuck my way through New England. She was supposed to have a hot girl summer, and that was it. And we had one session together, and then next thing you know, we're dating, and then now we're married, and now we have a house and 2 dogs, and the rest is history.
I've never heard it worded thusly as we had one session.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
I've never heard it worded. Listen, that was a very smooth way to word that in there. I've just never heard it worded that way.
Oh, I mean, we banged in a hotel room like fucking dirty dogs. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm trying to be respectful here.
No, I wasn't knocking. I'm like, dude, that was smooth.
It was a whole 3.5 minutes of just.
Yes, it was when we met. We actually met in person. The conversation lasted about 4 minutes as we walked back to the hotel room, and within 3 minutes we were doing the deed. And then next thing you know, we're out to dinner, and I'm like, you know what? We're dating. That's it. You're done. And she's like, we're dating. I'm like, you don't have a say in this right now. We're dating. And then I was it.
Went for the whole. You went for the whole Sergeant Osiris thing. You're just gonna look at it, plant your feet, look her square in the eyes, and say, "Listen, baby, you and me's going on a date. That's the story."
Yeah, I went right for the clothes. Like, you're buying this car. You need this car right now. Well, she read right through my bullshit because I'm a car salesman. You know what I'm saying? Like, she read right through any bullshit that I had and any game I tried to play, and somehow she liked me, and I don't know why. But to my next question, talking about, doing the deed and crazy shit, do you shave or wax your butthole?
I don't wax. I can tell you that right now.
That's good to know. It's important. These are for the viewers. This is getting TikTok.
I feel like waxing would last
longer.
So
I'm aware, so I'm very carefully choosing my words.
Well, okay, so we got the waxing out. So you clearly.
So you shave.
You buzz it. So, you probably take the buzzer to it.
You know how in your yard, right? You know how in your yard, you've got some parts of the yard where the grass grows a little taller, and you really have to make sure that, like, when you get the lawnmower out, you set it on like the lowest setting to really cut the grass down.
Yeah. So it lasts longer.
Yeah, that one part of the lawn is kind of like dead. So I don't really have to worry about that too much.
You lucky son of a bitch. You lucky son of a bitch. I gotta shave that shit every fucking month.
Tony, we know you wax, Tony.
I wish I waxed, but I'm too much of a chicken
wax.
shit. I wish I did. I'm too much of a chicken shit.
Tony's butthole looks like his head.
Yeah, right now? Yeah, it does. I just did a fresh
shiny.
Shave. Did a fresh shave.
Oddly enough, I've never actually gotten anything waxed. I'll be honest with you, I've never gotten anything waxed.
No, it scares the shit out of me, bro.
It's not so much scares the shit out of me. It's that I know me, and like I can be a bit of a bleeder. Like, and it's weird because like I'll literally prick my finger, and it either I go like this for 3 minutes and it's fine, or like I'll get a slight cut on my finger and it looks like a massacre going down my arm. I'm like, dude, what the heck? It was a paper clip. Like, would you calm down?
Dude, I do auto glass for a living, and like I've got my knuckles are fucked.
Yeah, no,
I had one the other day. Busted my knuckle on a fucking on a bolt, and that shit's still bleeding. It's bleeding now, actually. But yeah.
No. We went to 2 weeks ago, last weekend, whatever the hell it was. We went to fucking Bubba Gums. I cut my hand, and you can't even see the cut. How fucking minuscule this shit is.
What, you cut it at a restaurant?
Do you see this little line right there? There's just a little line. That thing bled for fucking like an hour straight. I'm like, yo, am I dying? Like, what's happening right now? Like, all I did was open up a bathroom door. You know how they have the steel plates on a bathroom door?
That sounds like a lawsuit. What is wrong with you?
I was trying to catch.
You didn't sue?
Well, I'm going to go see Harry Potter on Broadway. What am I going to do? Call a lawyer when I'm trying to go see
sue?
I'm trying to go see a Broadway show.
Harry Potter will be there. Okay? You missed out on your fucking lawsuit.
Homie, listen, mate. I've got a connection at Hogwarts. You just repario that shit, and you're all good to go, bruv.
Are you a Harry Potter fan? Are you a Harry Potter fan? Straight up.
Am I a Harry Potter fan?
Yeah, you're a Harry Potter fan.
So I'm not like a die-hard Harry Potter fan. Like I still haven't seen all the movies. I know what happens, but I still ain't seen all the movies.
How many have you fallen asleep in?
None.
None?
I was like paid attention to.
Okay. Fair.
So have I seen all the movies in their entirety? No. Do I know what happens? Yes. But the note I will end you with is Hufflepuff for life. That is,
we're done here.
Not what I expected. Okay.
I was expecting Gryffindor all day.
So here's the funny thing.
He was Gryffindor all day to me. He was giving Gryffindor vibes all day.
I don't know.
Well, so it's funny because, and my nerdiness is very much going to show, because people do make that assumption a lot. They're like, oh yeah.
Do you see Tony's background? Our nerdiest shows. Like,
bro,
this is what the show is for.
Do you see that?
It used to, hold on. First off,
it
used to not be this. It used to be Avatar.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now I got Harry Potter special edition fucking pop figure. I got $100 fucking Harry Potter fucking pop figurines. Because
he throws the price out all the time. Like everybody thinks he's bougie. He's not.
I am bougie.
Nice.
But I'm cheap bougie. Like I'm bougie and I'll buy stupid shit, but not. I'll buy cheap. I'll buy fake shoes all day long.
I get you. But yeah, so with the whole Hufflepuff thing, one thing I find funny is that there was an interview that J.K. Rowling did where she full out says that like still her favorite house out of all of them is Hufflepuff. And what was it? She made that comment. The other comment, and this is before the last book came out. She's like, without giving away anything, there's a challenge and everyone has to make up their minds. The only two houses that stay are Gryffindor and the Hufflepuffs. And I'm like, okay. And then you later find out that it's during the Battle of Hogwarts. Jesus Christ, English is hard. That the Gryffindors obviously stay. And the Hufflepuffs, like, pretty much all of them down to a person stay. The Slytherins all fuck off. The Ravenclaws, but the Hufflepuffs, like, just stay. And then her daughter made the comment of, I think the comment was, everyone should strive to want to be Hufflepuffs or want to be like Hufflepuffs. And the more I kind of looked into it, I was like, shoot, yeah, I really do kind of fit and belong in this house. And I've taken that test like 3 times. And like I've come up with Hufflepuff every single time. And
I'm Slytherin all day long.
What is I know like Slytherin's like daring and ambitious and Gryffindor's loyal and fucking whatever else. What was Hufflepuff's?
So the
Ravenclaw also was like artistic and smart and well spoken.
Yeah. So with the whole thing between like the different characteristics is that Gryffindors, and obviously this is not everyone to a T, and it's like anything.
Oh yeah, no, you fit the characteristics for Hufflepuff. I just googled it, but go ahead.
No, I get you, but I think the whole thing is that like with Hufflepuffs, if I'm trying to remember what it is,
I have it
hardworking, loyal, patient, and unafraid of toil. Those are like the 4 characteristics of Hufflepuff, as said by Helga Hufflepuff. And oddly enough, I'm not gonna lie, thought of what I want for my next tattoo. I have debated somewhere in here having like a badass looking badger, and at the top just have like patient, and at the bottom saying like unafraid.
Theirs was a badger, right?
Theirs is a badger, yeah. Cool, and again, it's kind of one of those things where it's like everyone looks at badgers and they're like, that's not intimidating at all.
Badgers will fuck you up, dude.
Yeah, badgers will fuck you up. Do we not all recall honey badgers don't give a shit?
Yeah, they named a gun after it on Call of Duty.
And it's a gun that don't give a shit.
I mean, I have a Deathly Hallows tattoo on me. Like I got the little Deathly Hallows symbol, and I got Harry's little. I can't on camera. I got the Harry's little lightning bolt on my wrist.
Nice.
It's not a lightning bolt. It's actually a Avada Kedavra. But
yeah, I mean, I wanted to get the death mark, with the snake and the skull and all that shit. But I'm like,
the
Death Eater's mark.
Death Eaters. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we nerded out a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to go to that. Honestly,
I even got the glasses and everything. It's funny. This is actually the first time I've worn glasses in a while.
I thought about wearing my glasses.
No joke. I have
the same ones. Yeah.
It's actually really funny. So you ever seen the thing Pair, where you can like snap on different lenses and shit?
Yes.
So I actually just got mine in today, and I was gonna wear them on the show. I literally just got my Harry Potter. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, hold on.
Nice.
Block. Yeah. It's the
cool.
Deathly Hallows with all that shit. Yeah, I'm a real big nerd. Real big nerd.
Nothing wrong with it.
Tony's a trend whore.
What? How am I a trend whore?
Everything trendy you own. What's that? What's the water bottle you drink from?
Well, that's life changing. It's Circle Water. This
Circle
episode
water.
brought to you by Circle.
Have you ever heard of Circle Water? It's spelled with a K.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now that is not the worst trendy thing. When you were like, "Oh, he follows trends on everything," and you asked about water bottle, I could have swore it was either going to be a Yeti or a Stanley, because those are the two. Like, oh my God, Stanley is alive. It's like,
all right. So yeah, where did the Stanley thing come from? First off, isn't Stanley like that's a hardware company?
I think so. Not that one. It's like the one where it's weird. It looks like a, oddly enough, going back to Harry Potter. It looks like a hippogriff. It looks like a hippogriff. Except it's a bear. It's like a bear's head.
Where the fuck is Stanley? I'm pretty sure used to make tools. They were like, fuck
I had
it.
no
Dude,
idea.
we can't compete with Milwaukee.
This is a bear.
Water bottles.
This is a bear.
There is a Stanley Tools, but this Stanley is one that's like entirely different. But why they got so popular, I don't know.
Doesn't it like not dent or fall over or something?
I think it's something like, I think their whole thing is that like it's kind of Yeti-esque, because Yeti was big for the longest time.
Yeti, I actually did a windshield for the guy, the CEO of Yeti.
Oh, no kidding.
And I have a whole bunch of fucking Yeti merch.
Nice.
Do not own one Yeti cup.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we have Yeti like coffee mugs, but I've never heard of Stanley before.
You haven't heard of Stanley?
No,
Stanley's whole thing, I think, is more that like Yeti's whole thing is that like it's bear proof and it's durable. And
but how often do you run into bears? Is it used as like a weapon against bears? Is that what it is?
Well, no, I think like part of their testing is that they actually took one of their coolers and like they put meat in it to see if a bear could like tear its way into it, and it couldn't. Like that was the story behind it. I can tell you right now.
I like that.
I can tell you right now, in an unofficial test that me and my buddies did, because we were bored, we were out in the woods for a few days. Threw that thing down a mountain. Didn't open. Shot it with 12 gauge from, not like point blank, but a little bit of a distance away. It was fine. Hit it with the front of my buddy's truck. It was fine. So them coolers are pretty durable.
But if you need a spokesperson, I have got someone for you.
Right.
You'd be a great.
And now it's like, we'll be presenting our ballistics testing and be like, yeah, here's what we did. We shot the fucker with 9.37 and this and this and this. The 357 penetrated it. 9 mil, it actually held up pretty good. And they're just like, I'm sorry, does he work for you?
Nah, I was just in the parking lot.
That's my cousin.
All right, so we gotta keep this. We gotta keep the interview going along here. We went off the rails. This is great. I don't even know which one to ask. Colin,
that's the best parts of this.
Colin, you got questions to ask him here.
I do. I have so many questions.
You do.
I already know which one. There's one that. All right. So first off, you record a lot of videos in your Jeep.
Yes.
Okay. Do you do that at home? Do you do that like in parking lots, like at Costco or Walmart?
Literally at home. Just literally at home.
Okay. Has anybody ever walked by while you're making a video and be like, what the fuck is he doing?
No.
So no one's ever given you a weird look?
Surprisingly, no. And it's only because all my housemates that I live with all know that that's what I do. So it's funny. There have been a couple of times where like they'll kind of like get my attention from like the side view and they'll like wave real quick because I don't want to get in the way of the camera and stuff like that. And like I'll stop recording or I'll finish recording. So like sometimes in videos, if you see me and I'm like looking at the camera like this and all of a sudden I keep doing the bit, but my eyes go up here, either I saw something over here or it's one of them trying to get my attention real quick. So like I'll pause it and then I'll like see what they want or something like that or see what they need help with. But yeah, oddly enough, no one's ever like walked by and been like, what is that boy doing?
What the fuck is he up to right now?
Pretty much.
So, I wouldn't say. You're kind of famous. Like you're viral, so you're somewhat famous.
You have 2 million people that follow you. You're famous.
Pretty fucking famous here. So
stroke your ego right now. You're famous.
So I still have a hard time seeing it that way, man.
That's fine. Stay that way because that's the best way to be.
Yes. We need more people like you to get on shows.
Yeah, I always made the joke. It's funny because like I've told my mama this on a few things where like I can get compliments from people, and I'm very like happy about that. There's really only like two people's opinions that like mean like the world to me. That's my mama and my best friend. And I've made the joke with my mama that like I could get the Medal of Honor, and if mama thinks it's shiny enough, great. But if mama don't think it's shiny enough, even I wouldn't be happy with that.
See, you're like a national treasure. You are like the anti-TikTok famous person.
The anti-TikTok famous.
Everybody that's famous is like, I dropped out of high school.
Guys? Just buy myself a Ferrari and shit like that. And it's like,
yeah.
Meanwhile, me, if I'm making that money, I'll be like, hey y'all. So I finally was able to snag an 05, 06 Toyota Tacoma like they used in Afghanistan. And
hell yeah.
Like I would trick my cars out, don't get me wrong, but none of it would be on the outside. Like you'd hop in and it wouldn't look anything famous, and then I'd like click a screen and there'd be like a night vision display, and everyone would be like,
fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, you make it look boring on the outside. So no
humble
one
fame.
Feel it.
Humble fame 2023.
Cool inside.
That was like the Sprite commercial.
So like when I guess you kind of are famous, but we're not like talking about A-lister yet. I'm talking about when you get to A-lister level, when you become like that kind of famous. Right. We see it. Obviously, I see it. I see it happen. Colin, do you see it?
I mean, I think we're seeing it right now.
No, I'm talking about like A-list level, like Brad Pitt, Jay-Z, Beyonce.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna happen.
You know what? Hold on. I'll say this much. Even if I just got like Matthew Lillard, you know who that is?
Fuck yes, Shaggy.
Yeah. Even if I just like listen, if I got there, that's cool.
Right. Once you become a Fortnite character or in Super Smash Brothers, like you've made it, dude. Like you're fucking set,
once you get your own Funko Pop, I think you're good.
I'm gonna petition that. I'm honestly shocked you don't have one. Like I'm shocked you don't have a Funko Pop right now.
Like I'm gonna see him like this, right? And he's gonna have a cowboy hat, and he's gonna have his little.
And the background's gonna be the Jeep.
Yes, it's gonna come with the Jeep. He's gonna have
a fucking. You see the red freedom panels above my head.
Yes, dude.
Back here.
Look, you need a marketing manager. I got you.
There we go.
Like you're gonna have that special edition Funko Pop where you like it's the big ones, but it's gonna be you in a Jeep. That's what they're gonna do. Like Jurassic Park has ones with a dinosaur. Yours is gonna be with the Jeep.
Yeah, I've seen those.
And a big gun.
Yep. And a big gun. Yeah, there's got to be an AR somewhere in the back there.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, when you become that level famous, so we're talking Matthew Lillard famous, will you or will you not eat a baby to join the Illuminati?
No.
Damn, nobody's on my side, Colin.
No, nobody wants to eat baby.
I'll eat the fucking baby. I
know you will. This is why you're never going to be famous.
Like I'm just saying, this is the second time.
What's going to happen is someone's going to listen to this and be like, "That's twice he said he would eat a baby
to be that famous."
Let's make his fucking co-host famous. Ryan Reynolds is old. We need somebody to voice Deadpool in the future. We're going with fucking Colin, man.
Okay, here's the thing though. Ryan Reynolds, I think that man. Like, listen, we lost Sean Connery.
That man eats babies. That man is going to be young forever.
That's what I'm saying.
Paul Rudd eats babies. It's clear he hasn't aged since fucking 76.
Well, because he's Ant-Man.
That's what I'm saying. There's some people that just haven't. Look. Who's the other person that just doesn't?
Did you say that Ryan Reynolds is Ant-Man?
No. Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
Oh, okay.
He's a vampire.
Paul Rudd has not aged at all.
No.
So I'm saying he definitely ate a baby.
Ant-Man. No. He's Ant-Man.
Chris Evans ate a baby. The Rock ate a bunch of babies.
Perfect example of who ain't aged, and I don't think he's ever gonna. Keanu Reeves
eats babies, 100%.
Yeah, well,
I think he's too chill for that.
I think
he's a little too chill for that.
Like he's like no,
John Wick, and he was like, leave this one alone.
Nah, like
just leave this guy alone.
They offered Keanu the baby, and he was like, no, I'll just take a toe.
Well, the sad part is I can picture that too. I can picture Keanu just being like, so they offered me the baby, and I said, hey man, I really appreciate that. That's not what I do. And I turned it down. And right after that is when the John Wick came up. So I think that's karma working its way back.
You're doing this way too well.
Rad Stallions.
This is one of my questions too, and you know what? I had it for later on. But at what point did you learn you're an impressionist, man? Because you kill these things too. Like I watch these TikToks, and you just kill them.
So I think a lot of that came from, like when I was a kid, like what I knew I wanted to be as a kid. There's like, when I was a little kid and everyone was like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I mean, granted, I want to be many things, but the three kind of similar themes was I want to do something in public service like firefighter, cop, things like that. I wanted to be in the army. I did that one. And I wanted to be an actor. That was the biggest thing for the longest time is I really wanted to be an actor as a kid. I was that theater kid. I was in drama class like every year. I was in the theater club pretty much every year.
That's my biggest regret in life, by the way. Just so you get
Not doing drama,
not getting into acting when I was younger, man.
Yeah,
because you were a douchebag.
Yeah, no, I was on the basketball team. I was an asshole.
Yeah.
So I think the whole impression thing came from, especially being a kid, and like this is kind of where the accent thing came from too. Is that when I was a kid, I didn't just sit down and watch like Nickelodeon and like Disney Channel. I would flip through all the channels, and honestly, I would watch things like BBC, TV Land, different things like that. And because I wanted to be an actor as a kid, when there was an accent that I didn't know or know anything about yet, I would watch it and try to emulate it. And
That's
as I got
impressive,
older,
man.
I would just do impressions as like a way to be funny, make people laugh. And it kind of just got more and more and more and more and more. And trying to emulate the accents kind of became trying to emulate people and mannerisms and stuff like that. And it's funny because there's still a lot I can't do. But it's also hard because I'm my own worst critic. Because someone will be like, can you do an impression of this guy? And I'm like, I'll try and I'll do it. And I'm like, that sucked. And then people will be like, dude, that was him dead ass. Like, that was that dude. I'm like, no.
I'm gonna have to have you call my phone so you can record like doing the Kronk.
Yeah, that was impressive. I also appreciate that you said dead ass.
Yes.
Well, that's what they tell me. So,
well, with that being said, now obviously
that's what the kids say nowadays is dead ass. I'm not sure what it means,
but with that being said, obviously now, like I said, you've reached a level of fame, no matter what way you slice it. Can you vow that you won't be canceled at some point in time for an old tweet that was inappropriate that was written about pirates?
No, in all honesty, not one that I can think of.
Specifically pirates. Specifically pirates.
About pirates?
Yeah, did you ever hate on pirates on Twitter?
Yeah. Last week we asked the same question last week.
It's a hot topic right now.
Yeah, last week. Ever hate on pirates?
Well, hold on. So last week we asked we asked Lucas.
You talking
Home.
like pirates, like Jack Sparrow pirates, or like Somali pirates?
In general,
just like both
pirates. The generalized term of pirates. Because last week we asked Lucas Home, can he vow to he won't be canceled for an inappropriate tweet about little people? And he's like, no, I don't have any inappropriate tweets about little people. So I just need to make sure that your tweet log has nothing.
He's got a lot of
pirates.
other inappropriate tweets, apparently.
Yeah, I don't care about those. Just about the little people.
I never had a Twitter. I never ever had a Twitter.
Oh, you're good. You're not getting canceled.
Yeah, you're good. You're never going to get canceled.
And also, as far as pirates go, I mean,
there you go. That works. That pans out. Pans out.
Yep.
All right,
yeah,
you're good. You passed the test.
Somali pirates, fuck them.
You passed the test though. You passed the test. No inappropriate tweets.
Yeah, you're perfect.
Is your voice naturally that deep though, bro? Like, because I mean, the one thing like we're listening to here, and we were making the joke before we started recording, was that like we have to edit our voices to add that bass and make us give us
depth. You make up for my bass.
Like you're on a laptop microphone and your shit sounds so deep. Like I already fucking post edited.
So for me, it's how do I word it? It kind of goes up and down, kind of depending on like who I'm talking to, and it's not so much that who I'm talking to. Like if I'm talking at this level and I'm just speaking and talking, yeah, it's here. Obviously, when I get like a little more loud and jokey, vivacious, it doesn't like sit at this level all the time. But generally, yeah, like when you hear me speak in normal conversation, this is how I sound. And it's funny because people have been like, what's your real accent though? It's like the one that you're hearing come out of my mouth. Like, listen, I can do a whole lot of characters. I cannot do one character for that long.
No, man. That's a lie because you know what? I don't really have my New York accent anymore. I trained myself to lose that shit when I lived in Florida because people did not understand me.
You can.
But when I get drunk or if I'm baked like a motherfucker, my New York accent or if I'm pissed, the real accent, and it's just natural. So the real accent, if that, there could be another version of you tapped away somewhere.
So when I get language, oddly enough, and all of this started years ago, with my
Yo, dude, you
my
just
friend
fucked. You just fucked me up going straight.
Yeah, I was gonna
fucking-
say, did your whole fucking accent just change?
bro. I was like, dude, I was like, I know
Are
I
you
just
Irish?
I know I just ripped my
There's-
pen, and I was like,
there's
I'm
a
not
reason
tripping
for it.
that
There's
much
a
balls.
reason for it. There's
Jesus.
a reason for it that I'm getting to. So my my friend El, who's basically like me army dad. Everyone sort of has like their dad in the army. El is mine. He and I would go back and forth like this for hours on end. And it got to the point where whenever I would get drunk, this would come out. And it started off as a joke, and then it became something where every time I got fucking langered, this came out, and absolutely no provocation from me, no effort on my part at all. Just I would get drunk, and this would come out like this. It's either this one comes out, or depending on what, who I'm around, the Scots comes out. And it's weird because I didn't grow up around Scots at all. I didn't grow up around it.
This
I've got
is
no one in my
wild.
family who's
This is insane.
I am, dude. I'm sorry to keep cutting you off.
Just the way
but,
you're like so fucking casual with it. I'm like,
like,
has he been lying to us this entire fucking time?
like the worst part is like you do it so naturally. Like I can do an Asian accent because my
Dude, it's impressive. It's
like,
like fuck.
I do the
Except
Filipino.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
The
you.
one part you gave up is when you say dad. It's gotta be
Dad.
da.
Yeah, dad.
It's gotta be
Well,
da.
so oddly enough, that's one of those things where it depends on what part
And
of
he
Ireland.
continues with the accent.
Like nothing. Like that. What do you want me to
Depends
do?
on what
Like,
part.
okay, so Mr. Jack, you want to come do the thing? Like
You
I
want to jail with the nail?
You can't do that. You can't do that. I can
The
do it
jail
because
with
I'm
the nail.
Asian. Colin, no, no. This is why every week, every single week, I
I
call
had
you
to
a
give him his in.
racist.
I gotta give him his in. I gotta
Dude,
give him his
no,
in.
no.
Go ahead.
You watched every
Go
Marvel movie. You didn't watch
Go ahead.
Shang-Chi. And you know what? And then
Hold
you
on,
do it,
hold
you
on,
do
hold
a really
on.
messed
Jack,
up Asian accent.
Jack, have you seen Shang-Chi?
No.
Thank you.
But have you watched every
Thank
other
you.
Marvel movie?
Famous guy's not a racist, but I am.
But have you watched every other Marvel movie?
No, I haven't seen the Eternals. I
Believe it or
haven't
not-
seen.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm trying to think what other Marvel movies. I haven't seen
Exactly.
Ant-Man yet. What am I? Am
That
I
just came
racist
out.
against
That just
tiny people?
That just came out. That
Because
just
I haven't
came out.
seen Ant-Man. I don't like tiny people.
Unbelievable, Colin. Every week you do nothing but surprise me with your
Jack, do you see
your
what I do? with
bigotry. Your bigotry.
Every week. Every week,
1
Jack.
second. Quick pause. I'm just gonna grab something from the other room.
No, do your thing, brother. We'll talk. Here, yeah, no.
We're gonna argue about why I'm not racist. You piece of shit.
But no, like you can't. You literally cannot. You're not allowed to do an Asian accent. I can do that. My grandmother.
That
literally
is like
sounds
the
that.
funniest TikTok I've ever seen in my life. Say it. Say, do you want the gel with the nails?
No,
Go ahead, because I can't say it.
no, I don't want to. That's partaking.
You know who
in
did
Asian
that
stereotype.
TikTok? Do you know who did that TikTok? It was a white girl.
Well, she should be canceled.
Well, she wasn't.
Stop
She has
Asian hate, Colin.
42
Stop
billion
Asian
views.
hate, Colin.
Nobody hates you guys.
Oh, just not even believe it. You just believe in your narrative.
Nobody hates you. We love you.
I mean, what's there not
This
to
is
love?
a safe space, bro. There's no hate here.
Yeah,
man.
dude, we love you, man.
All right,
Bro, out there, dangerous space. In here, safe space, homie.
true, true. And it's funny thing is I say this, but I'm really realistically the one that would probably get canceled anyway. So
You would get canceled before me.
100%.
First off. They'd be
Now-
like, that dude, that guy's kind of funny.
All right, back.
This guy's a dick.
All right, nobody cares about you, Colin. Shut up.
All right. Back to the corner I go.
Bro,
Yes.
God, like that's your vibe, bro. But like, come on, man. Like, I'm all about people's vibes, man. But like, if your vibe, like, inadvertently or directly, like, knocks down someone else's vibe, like that throws off the vibe balance, bro. Come on,
See?
now.
Look at that. No one's even heard that voice yet.
Oh no,
And
people
he-
have heard
and
that
he-
one.
Oh, the people have heard it, but it
Okay.
was
People
used
heard
on
that one. And
YouTube.
that
So-
one, that one I will full out tell you right now. That one is very much a result of the totally awesome adventures of Bill and Ted.
Fair
Fuck
enough.
yeah, dude. Rad Stallions.
Wait, how you're you're around our age, right? You're around 30.
Or yeah,
Yeah, I was saying that's why he has the cool references. Like we listened,
Yeah.
Lucas we just
Hell yeah.
interviewed, he was 23, and I just felt old, man. Felt old.
yeah.
My knees were
I'm
hurting.
glad- I thought he
It-
was like, I thought he was 16. So I'm glad
It
he was
blew
older.
my mind at one of my last jobs when I brought up, "Hey Arnold," and one of the kids I worked with had no idea what it was, and I legit looked at this young man.
Did you beat
Fire
him
him.
with a
Bring it up.
sack
He
full
goes,
of
"Fire
nickels?
him."
He goes, and he's like across the room, and I was tired. I've been up for 27 hours at this point. And he's like, what's that? And I literally looked at him, stopped what I was doing, and my friend's like, oh God. I'm like, young man, come here. He's like, am I in trouble? I'm like, you're not in trouble. Come here. Just come here. And he's like, what's up? And I put my hands on his shoulders and I'm like, you got Netflix, right? He goes, yeah. I'm like, okay. You got Hulu? He goes, yeah. I'm like, okay. Your homework when you go home tonight, because I know you got tomorrow off, is you're going to find where Hey Arnold is. And you're going to watch at least a few episodes. And then I want you to come back to me and tell me what you saw. And he's just like, okay.
Okay.
Is it bad? I'm like, no, it's not bad. That's the whole, just go watch him. And he comes back and he goes, bro, you guys grew up with some cool ass cartoons. I was like, thank you.
Dude, our cartoons were the shit.
Absolutely.
Because our cartoons when we grew up
were made by stoners.
Well,
no,
they had more of a lesson to them. And it's weird because I think you're almost seeing like a resurgence of things. Because when we grew up, cartoons had like more hidden messages. Like, I'm sorry, Helga's mom was an alcoholic. Helga's dad is just a sleazy motherfucker.
Arnold's parents were dead.
They're not dead. They came back.
Grandpa.
They came
back.
They
later did a movie. Well, they did later do a movie where he finds them.
Well, yeah, they were like the adventurers.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, all the time you thought they were dead.
I disagree 100% though, because you know what? I feel like all the cartoons I watched as a kid was done by people who took LSD. Did you watch All Real Monsters? What person?
Or Ren and Stimpy?
Or Cat Dog? What point? How many drugs did you take?
No, I didn't say that all of them had lessons in them.
Rocko's Modern Life. Rocko's Modern Life was like, oh, there's lessons, but there's not. Courage the Cowardly Dog gave people trauma.
Yeah, fucking return the slab. Fucking don't take the slab, and this shit will not happen.
These are great things. We actually talked about these in our episode.
These are lessons that should be like nowadays.
So speaking of
the other thing I find funny is I think you're finding kind of almost like a resurgence. Like, have you ever heard of you've heard of Bluey, right?
Dude, yeah. Bluey is the shit.
Okay, so
Bluey is the shit, dude. I watch that all the time.
No, here's the thing. Now, I agree with you. And I didn't understand it because a few of my friends who they got kids, because I ain't got my own munchkins. I'm a very happy uncle to two of the most badass nieces and three of the most awesome little nephews that I could ever ask for.
Fuck yeah. I love them. Uncle Life is where it's at.
I miss them ridiculously. And so like their parents still find like these kid shows cool, but that's because they have to watch it. I ain't got munchkins. I got no reason to watch kids show. The whole thing that kind of put me in Bluey's direction was two of my buddies in the unit were talking, and one of them has a kid, and he's like, yeah, the episode where like he plays Army and then like his dad like comes home from deployment. I'm like, wait, this isn't a kids show? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I started looking into it, and there's a whole bunch of things in Bluey. Someone described it really well.
It's a split show.
It's a slice of life show that adults and kids can watch.
Yes.
But the adult part of it doesn't have to be like a sex joke that slipped in there or this and that slipped in there. It's very much a slice of life thing where it's just worded enough where the kids ain't going to get it, but the adults get it 100%.
It's like the action where the dad says something and the mom doesn't like it, and she gives him like the sideways look, and they're like,
yep. The sideways look.
Yep. Okay.
There's the whole thing of, the miscarriage or not being able to get pregnant. There's the whole thing of like, I mean, there's a whole episode where the parents are hungover from New Year's.
Yes.
And everyone who's an adult understands what's going on, but the kids just right over their head.
Yeah. They're just like, okay. No, it's a great show. Have you never seen Bluey, Tony?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about, but
you're a piece of shit.
We're gonna spring this real quick.
That's your homework tonight. Go watch Bluey. I get to make fun of you for once.
Okay,
go watch fucking Bluey.
I'll watch Bluey.
Just walk up to him, put your hands on his shoulders, and be like, "Young man,
do your homework. Got to do your homework.
Watch Bluey."
All right, guys. We're actually gonna make this a two-parter because I got a whole bunch of questions to continue to ask Jack here, but we're at 1 hour, so I want to cut this short and make this a part one.
I'll keep going.
Perfect. I want to turn this into a part one. So people at home, you want to hear what happens, tune in next week and see the conclusion of this interview. Colin, say goodbye.
He's going to yell at me if I don't say like a proper goodbye. So goodbye. Thanks for watching. Jack, I'll see you in like 20 minutes.
Jack, we'll talk. We're going to continue talking.
In a minute. Also, we're not stopping. You're just gonna split this into 2 episodes.
Yes, I am.
Oh,
yeah,
sick.
because we're fucking clickbait whores.
Exactly. All
Click
right.
on the next episode, bitches.
Tune in next week to see the follow up. Bye.
You're my fucking